what's happening.
All right. Tell me about the sunglasses you're wearing.
Here's what's happening.
All right,
I'm
here we
being
go.
recorded. You're being recorded. Megs and Morgan, you have, listen, this is the first time we're doing this.
Here we go.
And this is what's going to happen from now on. You have this microphone. This microphone is on and being recorded at all times, except right now it's muted. The way you turn it on, there's a switch. You flip it up. You'll feel a switch. You flip it up. And when you flip it up, that means you're on and recording for us. But right now, there's nothing coming through it. So go ahead and pick it up. Say something. Yeah, we can't hear you.
No,
it's not
I
on.
can't hear you.
So
If
flip
you
it
could-
on.
Yeah.
No, just a flip on the switch. There it is. Flip it up.
Team Teeners all the way.
There
Team Teeners,
she
here we go.
is.
High
Team
five,
Teeners.
please, Levi.
Oh,
now, I'm sorry, Levi. I thought you actually brought 2 microphones for Morgan and Meg separately.
I figured.
So I only see Megs
they
with
wouldn't have too much to talk about.
Oh,
And
that's
that
weird
they'd-
because they're the guest. And actually, I'm sorry, Levi.
Oh, you need an
You
extra-
and Megs are the guest.
Oh, that's right.
Now, do people on your podcast actually know you and Megs separately? Because I don't listen to your podcast.
If I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's fine.
If they're OGs, if they're originals from this podcast who have listened since like episode I don't know, 1 through 30? Like 1 through 30, 1 through 20
Yeah.
maybe.
Tell us more about that.
1 through what? How many? I don't know. Well, you have a microphone. You could say the number in your microphone.
Come on, Megs, tell
Megs
us.
1 through how many?
I'm not really sure the number at this time, but I could go back and look at some point and give you an update.
Well, Megs, can you, at least let us know how long you guys have been together?
You know what it was. You know what it was. Megs left the podcast. Megs left the podcast at the Brian Laundrie episode. When Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito went missing, that's when Megs quit the podcast. That's when I came
we just
up.
heard a from Morgan.
That's when I came
So
up
that's
and
where
did that.
Morgan can actually jump in because
You know all about
for
it?
the podcasters.
Morgan.
So I'm sorry, Levi. I just gotta
What
I
happened?
gotta jump in here quick,
Yeah, go,
right?
go,
Because
go.
I gotta give an
Yes.
introduction.
Right.
So right now, Christina McCurdy
Off
is the
the
host.
cam.
She
That's right.
was on the previous episode. What was that? Episode 70. It was considered season finale. Is that correct? That was 70. Okay, so I'm Christina McCurdy, and right now
right.
we have Morgan McCurdy
Yes.
as also the co-host here, and of course we have Levi McCurdy.
It's a
lot of McCurdy's open up here.
It's a McCurdy podcast.
We do have a McCurdy podcast here. So
right.
Levi is the brother of Morgan McCurdy. Levi is my, oh my fucking God, he's my brother-in-law. And the Megs is nobody.
Well,
but
Meg-
she is currently, she's nobody to me, but she is the fiance to Levi McCurdy. So Levi and I are on the
Yes.
main mics, and we have Morgan and Megs on these side mics. So just to give it a little, we got give a little context here on.
Say hello.
Come on, Morgan, say hello. Meg said hello, Morgan.
Hello, how's it going?
Here we go, and that's my fiance. Fiance, anything else to say? How you doing? How's it going? You got anything to say about the Gabby Petito Pate?
Excuse me.
Case?
Who am I?
Who?
I'm your-
What is she to you?
Fiance?
Fiance?
Fiance.
You
Bitch, you
have
better
been
come correct.
Canceled.
You better come correct and call that chick your wife.
Son of a bitch.
That's your wife.
All right, can you cancel any of this?
Just cut it all out. Should we cut it all out?
Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut it.
All right, we'll cut it.
All right, I'm going to start it right over. Here we go. Morgan.
We're starting
It's
over.
my wife. My wife, Morgan McCurdy. I took her last name. I am
You did.
Tina
And what was the
McCurdy.
decision behind that? Because the McCurdy,
Yeah.
the McCurdy name, does it hold, I mean, is there any respect? Is there heritage? Like what, why do you really, why isn't it Morgan Murata instead of Christina McCurdy? Like why could we we could have took the family in a different direction? I feel like the McCurdy name, like we're done. Are we done? We're done with it. Let's just be done.
Absolutely not. We're not done with it. So it's really weird because I come up with naturally like Italian first names. Like
McCurdy's not.
Bertuccio.
We're straight from Ireland, baby. We're straight from the Ireland. We've got a potato famine.
Okay.
There's nothing Italian about the McCurdy's.
Okay.
We're Irish to the core.
Yeah, and that's my problem with first names because I come up with these very Italian first names, like I said, Bertuccio,
Right.
Ariana, and then I put that with Ariana
Grande.
McCurdy.
What are you doing? Listening to
Can
TikToks?
we
We can
hear
hear
your-
that. We can hear your
what the fuck?
TikToks. Yeah, but we can
No,
still.
we can hear you.
You're still in the same fucking room.
And Megs has got her feet up. Levi, I think this is only
Perfect.
my podcast. And
They
yours.
came for you. You made them
I
come
know.
here.
All right, New York City to me. So I grew up on Long Island, Amityville. The Amityville. So Amityville to me, very, very beautiful suburb. I hated New York City. New York City to me was very dirty. I
Right.
hated the train ride there. It was
Right.
like a 45-minute train
Right.
ride there. It was disgusting. We went to
Right.
Broadway. We went to the Rockettes. We went to this, that, the other thing, anything you could think
And
of.
at what age-
We saw the Christmas tree.
Right.
We saw
Rockefeller.
yeah,
Skating
sure.
rink.
What was your question?
So at what age were you disenchanted by New York City?
It wasn't until I was an adult and met Morgan and I said, I have a girlfriend, I have a fiance, I have a wife, and I'm going to do what she wants to do. And thank God I made her do what I want to do and said, I don't want to go to these things. I already
Right.
did them all and I'm done with it.
Okay.
There's no reason for me to go to New York City anymore. I hated New York City.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you ever experience, and I'm sure you did, so tell me all about it. Did we ever experience the New Year's Eve? The New Year's Eve
No.
Times Square?
No, I never
Never.
experienced that as a New Yorker. And that to me is very unfortunate. I'm just personally not a cold person. I don't
Okay.
like being in the cold. I don't like, bundling up. I like being, if I could be anywhere New Year's Eve, it's going to be Mexico.
Okay.
Yep.
And right, well, no, rightfully so, because
Sure.
I've heard if you go and you do New Year's Eve in New York City, you need like a diaper, you need food, you
Yeah.
need supplies.
I would definitely need a diaper
because
anywhere I go.
you can't move if you're like in Times Square in New York, right? Is that Megs? Is that not what we? If you're who went? Jared? Did Jared go? Who? Somebody we know. You have a microphone. You can pick it up.
Come on, pick it up.
So
You
we
got
could,
two mics over there.
we know people who, there you go. We know people who went to New York City and they said it was like once you're in a spot, you can't move from said spot.
Yeah. And I heard
Meg-
it's fucking freezing. So, Megs, you got a purple mic. Talk to us about it.
I think you guys just kind of said it all. I think
Yeah.
Levi
Okay.
said it. So
All right, great. So at this point, I'm going to have you pause,
Okay.
Levi. That's going to be hard for you to
All
do. I'm going to totally switch subjects here. I'm going to have Levi and Megs give an interview for the rest of the podcast. If you don't know, Levi is the host of What Are We Doing? Exclamation point, question mark, podcast.
You know, we've dropped that. We've dropped the punctuation. And I'm glad
okay,
you brought it up
so
because
glad he brought it up too. To
We've
interrupt
dropped
me.
the punctuation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just what are we doing? No punctuation. Here's the issue.
Sure.
What are we doing? Exclamation point, question mark is
Love the question mark.
grammatically correct. It is grammatically correct. I've looked it up. What are we
Grammatically.
doing? Exclamation point, question mark is correct. But here's the issue. Google, Apple, Spotify, iTunes, all the search engines, they
That's
don't
fine.
like the exclamation point, question mark.
Yeah, you
they don't
had
like
trouble
it.
with Facebook, didn't you?
Right, that's right. Facebook wouldn't let us put it on, and even the search results, SEO, it's fine. So we've dropped the exclamation and question mark. It's just now, what
Yeah.
are we doing? Podcast.
Great.
You know what I mean?
So you're going to cut all that. Great. All right. So we got Megs and Levi on the podcast. So if
That's right.
you don't know, Levi gave his full introduction here. Levi is the host of the What Are We Doing podcast, and Megs is his fiance. Yes. Yes, folks, he proposed to her. He did. He loves her very much. And as he did, he gave me a sip of his drink. He did. He slid it over to me. And as we are here, I have my wife here.
That's right.
Morgan McCurdy. That's right. You heard it right. I'm a lesbian. All right. So we're going to ask a couple questions here to Levi and Megs for you straight couples out there who are questioning yourselves. Here we go.
Can we title this episode, Are You Gay?
Are you gay? Sure, it could be like a giant BuzzFeed quiz.
And I
Would
will
you like
say
that?
one more thing before you get to your first question. I will say in the edit of last week's episode,
Sure.
episode 70 that you were in, I noticed while I was queuing up a clip of Airplane
I kept
Repo.
staring at myself?
No, you took a sip of my drink and I didn't notice.
Yeah.
And so I didn't notice that.
Yes,
Except for
yes.
in the
Levi
edit.
makes a really strong drink, so actually he took a notice of that I took a sip of his drink the last episode. If he was smarter, he would notice I took a
Is this
5 sips of his drink last episode. So
could this be
I don't feel bad.
Is this a High School Musical moment? Is this
You wanna be Troy.
Is this a Troy and Gabriella start of something new?
Actually, absolutely not.
Are we
But
starting our own podcast?
me and you.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
I mean,
Is this the start of something new? Are you saying
this
you
could
find
be
me
the
as good as
start
Kodak?
as something new. So your first question, go.
All right, Megs, you got your purple mic.
Megs has a mic.
And Levi.
There
Levi
she
has a
is.
mic.
If
All
she's
right.
ready to answer, she'll
Levi
answer.
and Megs, I don't know if you guys have answered this question because
'Kay.
guess what? I'm the co-host of this podcast now.
Go.
And guess what? I have
Yep.
not listened to this podcast yet. So, for the first question, together, how long have Megs and Levi been together for?
Oh, go. I want to hear your answer
No,
first. Sweetheart, how long have we been together? Oh, she's going to break it down like,
Well,
Megs has her
here we go.
purple mic.
Yep.
Do we have a camera on mic on Megs?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we got one. Yeah.
well, it's a long story, So do you want like the whole story, or you want like the past couple of years?
No, I want like the half a version of it.
Half.
Yeah,
The
don't
like
give me the whole-
recent version.
Oh my.
We've been together for 5 years.
Okay, since Morgan and I have been together,
Yes.
Morgan and I have been together for 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Levi for 13.
Megs and I
dated.
dated in high school for about 3 to 4 years.
3.
Sure.
3 years. And then we decided after high school to go our separate ways. We broke up a little bit.
After high school.
After I
In 2000,
graduated.
in 2012, after I graduated, we went to
Right.
the Dominican, and then you broke my heart the next week, and you left. And then, and then the next year, in 2013, we got back together for like a month or two when Levi auditioned for America's Got Talent.
That's right.
And then we went our separate ways there. And then for those other years in between, like every year, we would either go to the Frosty Llama together or Cheddar's for lunch,
Oh,
catch
Cheddar's,
up. And
Catch up, she says.
Catch up.
So, okay, so what Megs is talking
Oh,
about
here we
is
go
in
from
the-
Levi,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen.
So in the off season,
Or
right? So
I
Megs and
just say
I,
gentlemen.
Megs and I broke up after high school, and in the off season, we decided to do things like go to Cheddar's, go to Frosty Llama, which
That's
is
weird. Morgan and I did those things.
which is like a what's Frosty Llama? Frosty Llama is like a sweet frog, so like a
Frozen yogurt.
Frozen yogurt. They don't
Sure.
have those anymore. They're all turning into Pennsylvania legal gambling rooms now.
I don't believe you, but sure. I think you've been out of the game a little too long.
No.
But no, that's fine. I got you.
swear to God. Listen
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
No,
I know you
no,
swear to
yeah,
God.
Yeah. Shut. No,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Listen. Down the street.
No, I got it.
5 minutes down the street.
Sure.
There was a frozen yogurt shop This old lady and her husband owned the frozen yogurt shop.
Yeah.
They owned it for years.
Sure.
It's been there since Megs and I lived in Mechanicsburg. They owned this frozen. It wasn't Sweet Frog. It wasn't a chain. It was like, Jim and Doug's frozen yogurt, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had it. We went there once. No one was ever in there. Now it's, what's it called? A kids club, adult. What's it called?
Adult gaming for adults.
Gaming center.
It's like Keystone
literally
something.
Oh, it's Keystone. It's Keystone.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, Megs is gonna look it up.
That's
But
fine.
perfect. They took out all the
Yeah.
frozen yogurt,
Got it.
and it's now just wall to wall slot machines. Pennsylvania, the shit you see in Rutter's, the shit you see in the tobacco stores, all the legal Pennsylvania skills
The slot
share,
machines.
the slot machines, right? The slot machines. It's just a whole room. It's a whole
Totally.
room of those.
I
It's
got
adult
it. I
Gaming,
got
adult
you.
Gambling.
No, I know exactly what you're talking. I don't
Right.
think you're making it up.
No, I
Is
know.
that what you think?
No,
you
no,
think-
but what I'm saying
you
is
think
they're-
I think you're ridiculous.
They're taking all of the
Part of me
frozen
thinks you
yogurt.
are.
They're taking
Yeah.
all the frozen yogurt places and they're
Sure.
making into slot machines.
I got
They're
you.
replacing every frozen yogurt dispenser with a slot machine. You thought you could pull down a handle and pull out fucking Reese's Pieces chocolate
Yeah.
peanut butter ice cream? No,
No,
you're pulling
not
the
at all.
handle and you're winning $3.
And you want? I like to look at myself.
You and your okay? So
That's weird. I'm the host. What do you have to ask the host?
I don't know. What questions more do you have for me?
I don't have anything else for you. I have questions
You have no more
for my
questions?
wife.
Oh, Morgan is the
Yeah, my
okay.
wife. Okay. Did you listen to episode 770 of this?
No, ma'am.
No. Did you listen? That's weird because I was playing it the whole time we were cooking yesterday.
Oh,
You turned
no,
it
it's
off
okay.
every time I walked in the
Levi's got
room.
something to
Here's
say
the
here,
issue.
folks. Here,
Here's
he always
the
does.
issue.
Here
No,
we go.
well, it's because it's my podcast. And so here's the issue. What Morgan probably does is the same thing Megs probably does.
Sure.
So when I release a new episode of the podcast, here's how. Oh, you knocked off Mario. Here's the thing. Megs always says, "Oh, did you podcast today?" And I say, "Oh, yeah, I did." And then that's the end of the conversation.
Oh.
Right.
Well, I don't
It's-
have a podcast, so it's a big deal
right.
for me.
Right. Well, yeah, but Morgan here, but see, but here, what the bottom line is, what I'm trying to say is, the bottom line is you getting your significant other to listen to your podcast. Wait, you gotta know.
No, I'm going to force her to listen to it.
they're
I'm
gonna do
confused what the conversation
Oh,
is.
here. Oh, now they're.
Okay.
Now
Oh,
they're
well,
here.
here we
pass the
go. Oh, we
microphone
need
around.
opinions.
Oh,
Yep.
son of a...
Now we're passing the mic around.
This is why I don't listen to Levi's podcast.
Megs is talking now.
But Megs' excuse, because we've had this conversation, Megs' excuse is great. Listen to this. Go.
Here we go.
Right, go.
Okay,
We
now
can
I
hear
will say,
Morgan's excuse.
I do want to listen to episode 70 with you on
7-0.
it. Whatever.
Because I'm
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah.
listen to myself.
I don't listen to Levi's podcast because
Yeah.
almost everything that he talks about on his podcast
Is you.
is a conversation between him and I prior to the podcast being recorded.
Careful.
So I already know everything that's on the podcast. And then, I'm scrolling on TikTok and clips pop up and then Levi stops dead in his tracks, whatever he's doing. And we have to sit there and watch the clip together so he knows that I watched it. But I already know everything he says.
Here's the thing. If I am laying in bed or on the couch or wherever we are, and Megs is scrolling, and I know she's scrolling because when Morgan's scrolling on TikTok, she's
ignoring me.
Right,
I
exactly.
say, please have sex with me.
Right, exactly, right.
Right,
And that's what I
yeah.
say. I say,
No,
Megs,
it's fine.
suck my dick, and then she's like,
Suck
no,
my dick.
TikTok.
Yeah,
You know what I
say,
mean?
suck my clit.
Right,
And she's
exactly,
like, no,
right.
my TikTok.
Right, clit,
Yeah.
TikTok,
Clit.
right. I get
Clit,
it.
dick,
And
it's
so,
rhymes.
I know,
Same
no,
thing.
it's we're on the same page. You and I. That's why
I
we're
got you.
podcast hosts.
Right.
And so what Meg says to me is, Meg says, "Hey, I'm not listening to your podcast because 9 times out of 10, the bits." Here's the thing, Meg's is funny. That's
Megs
the
is
bottom
funny.
line. That's the bottom line. Meg's is funny, and I'm not. And so what I try to do is I try to take everything Meg says
Sure.
and spin it into something that
Yeah,
I would say.
you're trying to be funny.
And then I try to be funny.
That's
It doesn't
weird.
work for him. It works when I say it because I'm funny.
Well, makes it like sarcastic funny. That's the
Right, and I
problem.
try to be.
And you're sitting here across from me, and I'm trying to be fun. I'm trying to match your energy. We're trying to match each other's energy. But in the meantime, you're trying to match me, and all I'm trying to do is ask you questions.
Okay, ask me a question.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
What's the next question?
But can you handle it?
Yeah, I can handle
No,
it.
you sure?
Can you handle it?
Can you handle
Beyonce, can you handle it?
Talk to me.
Sierra,
How
can
do you
handle
feel
it?
about Aunt Tina?
How do I
That's
feel
really the
about
next
Aunt
question.
Tina?
Aunt Tina. How do you feel about an aunt in your life? You know what? Let's go to Megs first. Megs, looking for you. Megs McCurdy.
Just
So
looking for a little affirmation here. What are the other questions? Let me see.
let me say this.
Some of the questions were deleted as Levi looks at my phone. Megs.
Ollie has 3 amazing aunts.
Aunt.
It's Aunt Teeners, Aunt
I'm
Morgs, and Aunt Emma. 3 amazing aunts. But
I'm sorry. So we love Aunt Emma. Aunt Emma. Aunt Emma.
Emma.
I got it.
Aunt Emma.
Aunt Emma.
No, okay. Now, well, this is what I'll say about Aunt Teeners because she's special.
Teeners.
I really are you listening to me? Because I'm
You're
trying
not
to
even
make.
listening.
I am.
I'm
no,
trying to
I
make
really
you
want to
emotional.
because I want to. Yeah, be emotional. Let's
Okay,
go.
listen. What makes Aunt Teeners special is she technically doesn't have a relationship connection, I guess, in a sense. Well, to me anyway. Like, you know, like we're not related even after marriage. But I see the way that you love Ollie and it makes me so happy because I know how much you love him. And the same thing with Morgan. I see how much Morgan loves Ollie. And that makes me so happy that Ollie has you two in his life because he deserves it and you guys deserve it. But you're an amazing aunt, Aunt Teeners. We're Team Teeners all the way.
Team Teeners, listen, Team Teeners, do you guys watch? You guys need to watch, and if you don't have a Hulu subscription, you didn't take my advice on the Black Friday sale, so now you have to pay full fucking price a month. It's your fault, not mine. You guys need to watch Love Island Australia. You guys need to watch Love Island Australia, and you need to be down with the Australian accent. You know what I mean? Because that's where we got the teeners from. Right? What's happening? What? Son of a bitch.
What happened?
Blue bug piss on the floor.
Piss on the floor. I just got
Never pisses on this floor
You know,
up here.
Megs walked away because Lumi pissed on the floor. I just gotta say, I know Morgan and I, my wife, are feeling the same way. So Ollie is our nephew, and Ollie is her blood nephew.
Right. Morgan.
Ollie
Oh,
is
fucking use your blood. What's that? What the
right.
whole
Well,
fucking
and
blood
that's where I'm
shit.
getting to.
Right,
Like,
right,
this is really new to me.
There's no blood.
Ollie's my nephew,
Right.
and
Oh, interesting. Because you're right.
you know,
Got it.
I just gotta say, cut this out. I love Ollie with all my heart.
I know
and
you
it just
do.
makes me cry so
I know.
hard.
I know you do.
Just making sure that he has all the love in the world that he
And he certainly
needs and
does.
could want. And even when he doesn't want it, he has it.
You know when he doesn't want it.
Yeah. And that's fine because whenever he wants it, he has it. So, you know, just turning back to Levi, he's got the most wonderful son in the world. And we are here every time. And talking about being a parent, Levi, that's my next subject. Talk about being a parent as a father. I know it's got to be hard. It can't be easy every single time. Listen, Morgan and I are going to be 2 mothers,
Yes.
and there's going to be no father
Ooh,
roles.
so okay, all right. So you need,
You know, we're really looking forward to. My brother
Tell me
lives on Long
how-
Island.
right.
You were in PA, only
Right.
20 minutes away from us. We're really
Right.
looking forward to
so you need
having you.
You need to know. Oh man. Okay. So you not only need parenting advice, you need advice on. Wow. Right. Oh wow.
Well, okay.
Deeply,
All right.
because I didn't think about this. No, hold on.
Son of
Let me think it out. Because you got, okay, stop banging the microphone in the brand new $3,000 laptop. That's not good. You know what I mean? And so what we need to figure out, you, no, wow. Okay, so that would be a challenge, right? When you guys have a kid, right? The father figure. How do you? Because one of you has to be tougher. Right. Wow. Okay, let's think about it. So, right, being a father to me is being when you have to. It's when you have to be there, right? So for Ollie, 99% of his life is his mother, whether it's the food or the bottle or the smoothie or the bed or the bath or the this or the that. Anything that you need to give him in his life is with his mom. So what you two need to figure out is if you're carrying, right?
And I will be carrying.
Okay. Then what Morgan needs to do in that instance is most likely be ready to be not the mom, even though she will try to be, right? Because this is an issue you guys are going to have to figure out. Who's the mom and who's the other, right?
Let's just check in on Morgan real quick. Morgan, are you ready to be the mom? I got a thumbs up, but I can use a purple mic.
We're getting the microphone here.
Sounds great. I'm ready.
Great. She's ready.
So,
okay, Levi, me and you, we're back on it.
Yeah, so my thing is, I think, so obviously if you're carrying, you're going to have that motherly
instinct.
It's been 9 months. I held you. I have you on my the whole thing. Like that whole, what I've realized over the last 4 years is that I can't break that in 1 year, in 4 years, in 18 years, in 19 years. What I have realized is it's never going to be me, right? Can you turn that down? What the fuck are you doing?
She's listening.
Can you please turn down the Fletcher fucking TikTok update that we need?
No need to be rude. That's actually the video I made her this morning for Christmas. And if I could raise my hand real quick.
Go ahead.
Can I pee?
Yeah, that's in a pocket. You can go pee.
Okay,
we can cut it.
Pee.
We can
cut it. Are you going to cut it?
Well, if we have a riveting conversation while you're gone, we'll keep it riveting. But you never know.
No, it won't be.
All right, go pee and then. What?
Listen, I love hearing
Christina's
myself.
Peeing now, so.
I'm peeing.
I have a bottle of Fireball. You want to take a shot?
Sure.
All right.
All right. Sex.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Peeing before sex. Do you guys pee before sex?
Pee before sex?
Yeah. Straight sex. So
straight sex?
Straight sex only.
Yes, I always do.
Pee.
No, Levi only pees like 2 times during the freaking day. And it's not right. It's not normal. He never pees. And when he does, he pees. He stands there for a good 2 to 3 minutes and it's just coming out of him.
That's weird. I don't watch Morgan when she pees.
Yeah.
So I don't know how often. I just trust that she's peeing that she normally should be.
Right.
So tell me more about that.
My pee. So here's the thing. I drink nothing but water.
Yep.
Nothing but water.
Okay.
So, and we have Stanleys. So each one of our Stanleys is 44 ounces.
Sure.
And so.
Yeah, hiccups. Yep.
I know. And this is this is my bedtime routine. My bedtime routine for dinner is fill up the Stanley 44 ounces with either tea or water and then drink it through dinner.
Okay.
And then bedtime, like showers, TV, movie, fall asleep, bedtime, another Stanley. So 44 ounces of tea. And then throughout the night at like 2, 3 a.m., I'm done. I finished that Stanley, and sometimes I need to refill it. So my liquid consumption is anywhere from 44 to like 128 ounces a day.
All right, Megs.
Did you guys have something to say on the podcast?
Yeah, did you have something to say?
What were you talking about?
Yeah.
We were talking about cookies because we should be downstairs
All right,
eating
well,
cookies
okay,
right now.
that's fucking boring. So, Megs, I'm going to have
Listen,
you...
that conversation's boring. What's your favorite big cat?
I had something more entertaining to ask, but if you want to talk about
Like leopard,
cat...
like tiger, lion, snow leopard.
Who's the host of this podcast? You can put your microphone back down. Thank you so much. So, Megs, as you hold the microphone back up, doesn't even need a VPN on that.
Well, listen, perfect.
What browser are you using?
We all need a VPN. If you don't have a VPN and you're not surfing safe online, what you need to do is you need to go to wadpod.com/VPN and you're going to get 1 month of Express VPN for free. So if you go to wadpod.com/VPN, you're going to get sign up. You're going to get 1 month free of VPN. You're going to be surfing online securely. Okay. You can access Netflix in Canada, Netflix in the UK, Netflix in all the other countries. You can figure out what you want to do online. You'll be safe. You get your browsing history. It's not wiped. Your ISP, your internet service provider, your Xfinity, your Verizon, your HughesNet, whatever you're using in this area, it's definitely one of those three. You need a VPN. So click the link in the description down below, and you're going to go to wadpod, wadpod.com/VPN. That's V as in Victor, P as in pink, and N as in nobody, VPN / and you're going to get 1 month free. It's wadpod.com/VPN. ExpressVPN, the only way to surf the internet securely. Back to the show.
I'm going to go with Megs first. Levi, you got to keep your fucking mouth shut.
I'm ready.
What's your favorite movie genre?
Rom-coms, 100%.
All right, Levi, open your fucking mouth.
Okay,
'cause
so
that sucks. Let's
Megs
go.
is-
If
Megs
it's
is-
PS,
here's-
I love you, I'm going to kill myself.
No, it's not. No need for suicide. What's my favorite movie genre? Christmas? I guess rom-com with you. I don't think I have one. I have favorite movies, but like I'm all over.
I'd say half part superhero,
fantasy,
part action, part comedy.
Harry Potter, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, rom-com. I like some horror. Like I watch Cabin in the Woods with you. So I'm all over the place. I don't have a favorite genre. I have like 3,000 movies on the Plex server, and half of them are Sharknado.
Yes.
Well, the other
Sharknado.
So, you know what I
Right.
mean?
The other
Yeah.
problem with Levi in movies is there's a movie that he'll really want to see, but then he listens to a podcast reviewing that movie, and then he knows everything that happens in the movie, so then he doesn't watch the movie.
I'm not a spoiler guy, right?
Okay.
So I'm not. So like, if a movie comes out that I want to see and I know I can't go see it, or I don't have time to see it, or Megs doesn't want to watch it with me, or whatever, I'll listen to the spoiler, to the podcast, to the movie review, YouTube video about it. And I'll learn everything that happens. Like, here's an example. I have not seen Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War.
Okay,
the
haven't
last two
seen
Marvel.
anything but that.
Right, of course. Right. But I know that Iron Man dies, this happens, spoiler alert, this happens. Like, I know, like, I'll listen to the review movie podcasts as they spoil it before I go see the movie. Like, same with TV episodes, same with movies, same with this, same with that. I'm just I like, if I know it going into it, that makes it more enjoyable for me because I know what to expect, right? If I went into this big conglomerate 2-hour Avengers Endgame movie and not knowing what happens, and then at the very end of it, I spent 2.5 hours in the theater and Iron Man goes like this, and then he's dead. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I would have known that so I could mentally, physically, like, prepared myself to get there. That's just where I'm at. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
fine.
those are the movies for me. Like, Megs and I haven't seen a movie. Megs and I just watched, speaking of which, I wanted to bring this up. Megs and I just watched a new movie that neither of us have seen or known anything about for the first time in what? Before Ollie was born, we went to see The Quiet Place, right? It's been about like 3 or 4 years that we've seen like a movie that neither of us has seen. And you know what it was? It was called Ticket to Paradise. George Clooney.
Wait, what was that? Yeah,
Ticket to
I heard
Paradise.
about
George Clooney. What's her name?
Angelina Jolie or no?
No, not Angelina Jolie. George Clooney and what's her name? Julia Roberts. Is it Julia Roberts and George Clooney? I think that's right. It's called Ticket to Paradise. They have a daughter. She's getting married in a third world country. They think she's making a mistake. They go to try to stop her. They don't stop her, and it's a whole thing. It's a rom-com.
Yeah.
It's a rom-com. Watch
Do it.
Ticket to
Okay.
Paradise.
What's it on?
Julia Roberts, George Clooney, Ticket to Paradise, Peacock Plus. Peacock. You got to get Peacock. If you don't have Peacock, you need to...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Levi McCurdy here. I don't know his middle name. Do you?
Devin.
Who cares?
Levi.
Devin McCurdy.
I don't know if it's Ian or IN. I'm not sure.
Here we go. Levi McCurdy, please give your date of birth, who you are, why you started this podcast, and who your sister and fiance are real quick. Here we go.
My name is Levi McCurdy, LeviMCCurdy. My date of birth is 0.
Levi, you didn't answer some of my questions again. Who is your fiance? Who is your sister? They are here in this podcast with us. They are just as important as I am to you. Please name them.
Megs and Morgan are here in the podcast. Megs and Morgan, thank you guys so much for joining us on the mic. Say hello, Megs.
Shouldn't I say goodbye?
Well, this is like the end. We're going to put this in the front. We're going to put this in the beginning.
This is like, we're starting the podcast over.
Yeah, we're
versus the
starting
beginning?
over. Right, we're going to do the whole thing again.
Okay. Hi, people.
Hi, Morgan.
Hey, Max.
Hey.
We already said hello an hour ago. I guess I'm the only one who remembers that part.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of the What Are We Doing podcast.
Yes, this is Levi and Christina McCurdy on the What Are You Doing podcast. Christina McCurdy is not making airplane repo podcast because guess what? You didn't want it, so guess what? She's not making it, but guess what? You did want the unscripted podcast, and guess
That's
what?
right.
She's still going to make it even though you didn't want it, so she's going to make it with Levi's help. And even though you didn't want it, she's going to make it, and that's all you need to know. And I'm going to repeat it 1,000 times.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. Please check us out in 2023 and do not let this episode scare you from listening to another one. It's episode 71. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to all of you listening. My name's Levi McCurdy. This is the What Are We Doing podcast, and we'll catch you guys in the next year. Peace out, everybody. Say bye. Bye. No one's saying bye. Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bitch.